So how do we get there in terms of leading these programs? The first thing we always say is that it's a collaboration. It really does take a village to make this work. And so we as a World office, we are going to work together as a team with the faculty member. We want to understand what type of program it is that you want to do and what is your overall vision. And we're going to work with you to try and have that materialized. And so we want to also then work with that on-site partner or the on-site program provider to help figure out all of the logistics of these programs. And so we won't keep you in the dark in terms of working with a provider. We want to work as a team all together. Initially, we'll start off with our office working directly with that program provider, sending them the information and your vision of the program. And then once we have proposals submitted by those providers, we will work and bring you into the fuller conversation so that you can adapt and adjust your proposal that you received to meet more of your specific requirements that you're looking for. So the ultimate goal is to have a successful and safe program for all of our students, as well as you. So some of the benefits of working with a provider, and I know a lot of you like to work or have ideas of doing a homegrown program, but like I said, with this changing landscape and what we've been experiencing so far with COVID-19, we are going that, pushing and encouraging that provider route, primarily for some of these reasons here. It is less stress that is on the faculty member. It takes away all of that logistical planning that you are constantly doing on top of creating your course, that you are then finding locations, finding hotels, making all of those reservations, paying for all of those things. They start to add up when you are the one who is building this program versus working with a provider. You send them all that information and they do it for you. A great resource for the provider is that they have a lot of locations beyond our Stetson Exchange locations and maybe even beyond some of your own personal contacts. So we have the opportunity to look elsewhere beyond our locations that we are familiar with. We also have a long list of providers and continue to add new providers to our list that can offer faculty-led programs and customized options to help lower that student cost and provider cost. I just met with a new provider, not new, but new to Stetson, just recently, and their program fees are very, very reasonable for our students, so that we are constantly assessing and reevaluating the providers that we're working with to make sure that we can find things that are going to be more affordable for our students. The provider will also offer a pre-departure online for the students that is a little bit different than the one that our office will organize. It's going to be more program and location specific compared to the general one that we would offer. They'll also do on-site orientations, even do brief language crash course for students as well. The staff that are going to be helping you with the program, that on-site staff, they are knowledgeable. They live in that area or are very familiar with that area, so they're going to be able to help handle all of those logistics and make adjustments. If something changes mid-program, they're the ones that are going to be able to start working and planning on making those adjustments for you on your behalf so that you can continue to keep moving forward with your program and your teaching without having to spend your evenings trying to figure out, how do I find a new location for a site visit that's now closed because we didn't realize that they close on a Tuesday and they just made this change just yesterday. They also have extensive local connections that will offer some really unique opportunities that you might not have been thinking about already. So they might promote something to you that is a little bit different than what you may have envisioned, but is just as rich or even richer than what you had initially thought of. Again, like I said, they will handle all of those program logistics supports, last minute changes, if it's a flight that gets canceled, COVID-19 breaks out, any of the on-site logistics that might happen. And then they also offer emergency support 24/7. So if a student ends up getting ill on your program, you don't have to make that decision of, do I go to the hospital and stay with the student, or do I continue teaching the program? You never have to make that decision because they have emergency staff on site that will stay with the student so you can continue teaching your course. Again, they offer that same health, safety, and security They have a student affairs team that will also help manage any conduct issues that might happen and take place on the program. And then really what it does for you is it frees you up from all of this planning. It allows you to design your course, recruit your students, and then go abroad and teach it. You won't have to deal with as many of these logistical planning and the time that it would take for you to plan all of this on your own. Again, with terms of risk management, the providers have your back. They want to help and support you in any sort of emergency situation. We do offer insurance through AIG, so all of our students will be covered by insurance, but they also have additional resources that they will provide for students as well. All of these providers are going to be vetted by risk management and legal, so, our legal department, so you know that the people that we're working with are approved and have our back. We will also do disciplinary checks of all of the students before they go abroad to make sure that they are going to meet our requirements to study abroad and that they might not be bringing in some issues that might surface throughout the program itself. We will also provide you an international cell phone for when you are abroad, and I know some providers will also give you that as well, so that you are able to communicate with that on-site coordinator and person easily with an international cell phone. We will provide an online application for all the students to complete and apply for the program, where you will also have digital access to all of that information as well as a printed version that we can give you, so you have that with you. That will include passports, medical information, and things like that that you might need. We always recommend to research emergency numbers and local hospitals in advance so that you just have that. But again, if you're working with a provider, they'll be able to give you that information as well. And then World is also available and on call 24/7 to help support you in any situation that might arise when you are abroad. So in addition to that, what we provide for faculty members is that we will take care of everything for you for the most part. We'll collect and handle all of the money. So anything that the students pay, we will take care of that and we will collect all of it. We will pay all of the invoices to our providers. We will also handle reimbursements, like right now, many reimbursements for programs that are canceled or students that might need to withdraw or anything else. We will create that online application for you as well as a program website so that you can easily market that to your students. We will provide as much faculty support as possible. We'll give you a manual that you can look into and review that will give you all of the information on how to lead a program, how to submit your receipts when you're done, and we'll provide additional training with the assistance of some of the different offices around campus so that you have a deeper understanding of Title IX, Code of Conduct, and things like that. We do provide a pre-departure orientation, like I said before, just so that students can feel acclimated and ready to go abroad. And hopefully if we're working with a provider, they'll have a more location-based specific orientation. We mentioned the risk management support, and we also offer scholarships. We have a large scholarship application deadline in the fall where we award a large portion of the scholarships, but we also have a smaller pool that we also award in the spring semester as well. So some of the things that we wish our program partners knew, and by program partners we mean our faculty that we're working with. So there was a survey that was done from 26 US institutions, their study abroad faculty, staff, as well as others, to figure out, what are the things that we wish that you all knew. 42% mentioned the workload. We are a small office here at Worlds. I am the primary person that's working on our faculty-led programs, and so our numbers of programs keep increasing every year, which is a great problem to have, but it does mean that it is an increased workload. So because of that, we're working as quickly as we can, and so that means there might be some delay in terms of responding to emails right away because we are working on multiple programs all at the same time and trying to manage all of that. 22% referred to the timing and deadlines and the processes. Sometimes there are things that are outside of our control that impact a program. Sometimes if we're working with a provider, they might be in a really critical busy time of their planning or program starting. And so sometimes getting proposals back or responses back from those providers might take a little bit longer to get back to us to share to the faculty member. And there might be other hoops that we might have to go through in terms of getting information from them or contracts and agreements signed as well. And then 8% talked about the cost and the budgeting of programs, that there's, you know, the pressure to keep program costs low for students, and then the different pressures that they might feel when it comes to overall establishing that budget and what to include in that budget to keep that program cost low. So what we look for and what we hope for an effective faculty leader is somebody who's going to put the student's educational experience as well as their safety first. Somebody who's going to engage with that program year round. We're not hoping that somebody submits that proposal application and then we don't hear from them, you know, the rest of the semester or the rest of the academic year. We want someone who's going to work with us to help develop that program, that will help work with us to recruit students, and then also be responsive post-program to submit the receipts and any remaining documents that would be required. So someone who is consistently engaging with us, communicating with us, and working collaboratively with us on these programs. Sharing the ownership of their program and engaging others within the program's success. So encouraging other faculty members to participate in these types of lunch and learns or other webinars that we might have so that they too can learn how to run a successful program. Collaborating with stakeholders on campus, so working with their chairs, their deans, understanding how it would work with the registrar's office when it comes to their courses, financial aid, and as well as our office too. In addition with, you know, the different services through class, so the student affairs office to make sure that we are staying in compliance with them in terms of anything that we would need, including Title IX. We love faculty members that are innovative and thinking outside of the box, creating new types of programs that would be really engaging for students, and then also a faculty member who's on time, who will submit all of the application requirements, the proposal process online on time, as well as submitting forms and documents and things like that that we would need, and cash advance, post receipts, things like that.